let us go to the book now, right? Tried and True, Revelations of a Rebellious Youth. And I'm very happy you set the tone for us, that we understand exactly who we're talking to, all right?
Yes.
So this is a quotation from the book. It says, "It was the day I returned to Jamaica, my home from which I was exiled under the pretext of higher education. For 6 years, I was a student at the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Why? Because I had no career ambition after high school, and my parents thought that I should go to college regardless. That's why. I had scanned through the degree programs and applied for aerospace engineering, seemingly the most challenging major, and I was accepted. Another Florida school accepted me, but I wanted to experience the world-famous Daytona Beach, which turned out to be nothing but the subject of overhyped marketing for tourism." Interesting. Now, you know, what I found interesting is that a no-brainer is often described as not rocket science. But I have here in front of me a 23-year-old man who studied rocket science.
Yes, yeah. That was a favorite phrase of mine in that time.
Yes, right. And with pretty much the, you know what I found interesting, Bookman, that you studied rocket science, and here are we saying that's not rocket science, as though rocket science takes you to levels that no other disciplines don't take you. But what I found interesting is that you found the same issues as young people found when you left college: unemployment, finding it difficult to be accepted. How much of an emotional or cultural or whatever kind of shock that you want to describe it as was that for you?
Wow. Shock. Yeah, I suppose shock is a good word. You come back with this degree, and you believe that you're doing a noble thing by returning to Jamaica, because at the time I'd already received a green card, and so I had all right to stay in the United States if I wanted to. And I just felt this need to come back to Jamaica, a very inward urge to be in Jamaica. And when I came, you know, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, let me just see where I can place myself to be of use to this nation, you know. And trying to get jobs and stuff like that just really opened my eyes to the fact that things it would not be so easy, even to a person who is so-called educated in this Western system that people aspire to be educated in, you know. A lot of money was spent by my parents, and so they are expecting returns on this investment, and it's not forthcoming. So it was an emotional thing at that point too, because I cannot provide even for myself, much more to repay. You know, not that my parents are looking for repayment. My mother's certainly not looking for repayment, and she says as much to me all the time. But I said to her, when I look at her sometime and I'm feeling in that mood, I feel like, man, like, what can I do for this woman? You know, like, you know, she did all of this. She had faith in the system, and look what happened.
You know, it's very interesting that we're saying this, and I purposely brought this out of the book because we're talking to a young man with a middle-class background who did rocket science, who studied rocket science. Do you think the problem getting a job was that we were overqualified, or was it just the regular same issues that every other youth face?
I think some things are viewed as overqualification, but there are some instances. For instance, I applied to do a master's at IRIE, and I didn't get accepted. No, my record in college isn't the best, so I can't really say why I should have really did get in. But there were some channels of discussion below the surface that indicated to me that if you went to school foreign, them don't really want you come back into IRIE. Why you come back for? You know, why you bother come back for? You know, boss and gone foreign already. So if that is in an institution of tertiary higher learning, as them say, then just imagine what it's like in the broader society when them say a man like me, you know, and wondering, you know, you have to put up with these things subconsciously, you know, on a level where it's like you're not sure if people even really accept you for who you are, and appreciate that you are actually really trying your best to work for for the nation, you know? Yeah, man.
Very interesting this discussion is, because there are a lot of young people listening to us here now. And they're thinking to themselves, probably it's because, and they have a list of because, why them not making it. But here are we now, examining the system. Because here are you, gone to university, foreign university, studied aeronautics, and still having problems with the very same system. A lot of youths in the inner city think that the problems they're having is because they're not educated or because they're coming out of the background that they're coming out of. But here now is a privileged middle class perspective of the same Dutty Babylon. And I find it interesting because we get other perspectives of Dutty Babylon. I would like you, as a young revolutionary, to talk to the youth them from your perspective of Dutty Babylon.
Wow. I mean, you know what? Most of the times I don't think I am qualified to talk to the youth them about about what Dutty Babylon is about. I think they do know. I just think that a lot of the times, because of lack of circumstances and lack of a certain type of education that was afforded to me, they can't even articulate what they know the system is doing to them.
Absolutely.
So it's like even in that sense, I feel like I have to give voice to that on behalf of them. And so I would want to learn from them even more what really is happening on the ground, so I can speak it. Because when somebody explains something to me and I process it, it's either I process it as I believe what this person is saying or I don't. And if I don't believe, I can't say it, I can't feel passionate about it. But if I talk to somebody and say, boy, Mr. So-and-so deal with me away and rare and show me the proof, and they will sit down and me and him reason and me, I will say things that bring out certain expression out of him and him realize that him articulating now. Then I believe that. And then I can know if I come in a forum like this, I'm on radio, I can then say, what I feel is really happening out there. I do believe that the system is in shambles. The system is in shambles. And it just doesn't work. It works for nobody.
Wow.
It works for nobody who is on the side of righteousness.
It is so very important, reading your book, meeting you, and speaking to you here now, that young people have to find a forum. Young people from all walks of life have to find a forum on earth here, now, quick, and share them views and share them opinions, because uptown fees is a downtown problem, downtown fees is a uptown problem, midtown kind of have a better idea, say, is a problem.
That is the entire base. That is how the system stays afloat, because if you can't divide and conquer people, then you can't be the tyrant that you're going to become. And we see it all over the world. The entire, if you check all the United States, the entire United States history is riddled with instances of dividing people when they were just about to come together. As soon as they realized these people were going to come together, poor whites and poor blacks was transcending racism to overcome the economic situation. Them just give white people a little bit more privilege and say, listen to me. You're not black, so therefore don't worry about this and this, but we still have to work hard for we. And them say, oh, okay, well, we're not black, but we're not for go use the black bathroom. We're not for go sit where the black people sit. And so we have white privilege. All right, cool. I work with that system. Yeah. And that is how them do the thing. And as many people out there know, it's really U.S. imperialism run the world right now. So that infection transfers to Jamaica, and it even becomes a color thing too.
Do you think that is fading slowly as the world faces economic recession and everybody right now seems to be broke?
Yeah, it fades slowly. I think the system is tested in cycles, and every time it's tested, they find a way to appease the people to say that here is a solution, but the solution is always coming from the top. Even if the people feel like it's them instigate the solution, or we protested in the streets or whatever, and then change came, them satisfied with that. But sometimes the people in control of the system, they preempt that people are going to eventually get agitated, and so they have their plan for when they get agitated. They know already what we're going to get agitated about, and them just put on them plan and say, when the time comes, when we see the people in the streets and we hear say things are going to pop off now, well, all right, we're going to come to the table and go on like say we're reasoning with them, and then present the plan, and then somebody in them group going to like it. and then going to be a strong personality and help to spread it in the movement, and then people going to come around, and then maybe a faction break off who agree and a faction who don't agree, and we're back to square one.
And isn't that a general problem, like we see the system pulling out people, drawing out people, where them appease the one day and make the one they feel, even black people, poor people, because them not really,
I mean, Corey Goat, man.
Oh, yeah. Right, so we see it and identify it as a strategy of the system.
Yes, man.
We're going to take a break. We're soon forward. For those who have just joined us, we have Dutty Bookman inside of the studio, a young author from the book Tried and True, Revelations of a Rebellious Youth. Soon forward.